Today I would like to start the lecture with the one important question in front of us, that how we can make our better life, or good life, or happy life. What is the theory of happiness is here. For the happiness, what we do, we try to achieve some certain thing. Means we think that if we have the all the luxury in our day-to-day life, either it is very good house, either it is very good conveyance, either it is very good money. Means everywhere, what we try to do, we try to achieve some certain thing. If you have 1 crore for rupees in your account, still you will feel not happy. If you still you will try to achieve some 2 crores. No, 1 crore is not enough. Means I need to have some bank balance of 2 crores. So it's a kind of continuous process. We always try to achieve some certain landmark, and it never means we are not going to accomplish. We cannot be silent after achieving some certain particular point of time. Means you must have never thought for yourself that till what there may be chances that after the graduation you may go for the post graduation. After the post graduation you may get some job, but that job must not be fulfilling your all the ambition. You may plan for the PhD. After the PhD, you may plan for the postdoc. After the postdoc, you may think that still I am not very well. After the postdoc, you may think that still I am not very well versed. So again, I need to do some project or pilot project. So you will go for further study across the world. So means what I am trying to tell you is that our emotions, our intentions are unlimited. Life. So there is no limits are there. There is no limit of happiness is there. We always try to keep some certain some certain mark in our day-to-day life. So every point of time we try to okay, I have scored this year. I have scored 96. No, I should have to score 100 marks because some of the students have scored 100 marks. So what we always trying to tell you is that in public administration, what we try to do, we try to achieve the good governance, ensure the good governance. First of all, we need to understand what is good governance. Good governance is basically means this term first point of time it has been utilized by the World Bank. The maximum utility of any object, the maximum utility at the minimum cost. Matlab, if I can use this chalk for the in the classroom at the maximum level with the minimum effort, means I need to utilize the chalk with the minimum effort with the maximum output, maximum result, and means what I am trying to tell you is that we need to utilize the modern technologies to utilize the tools, to utilize any particular kind of thing without harming individual or without harming other person. So this simple definition combines many things, how in today's lecture we can see that how the public administration is going to achieve that this good governance. So they start with the basic premise that the basic agenda, the basic objective is administration is to serve. Basic objective is administration is to serve or secure the people efficiency and effectiveness. Means I can use the chalk only in certain situations that if I am capable enough to utilize the chalk with the various techniques and the methods. मतलब कि मैं chalk को और अच्छी तरीके से, but if I can utilize the chalk in a much more way. So what I need to do, I need to build my understanding. I need to build my knowledge about the particular utilizing the chalk. I can go for the training how to use the chalk in a much more proper manner. So what I am trying to tell you is that to increase the efficiency and effectiveness, the administration works, administration functions. What are those? According to it, there are two things. We have several theories are there, and we have some principles are there. What is the difference between theory or the knowledge in compared to the principle? Principles are of rules and laws. Means like we have to make the organization in a hierarchy basis. We should have to do the coordination. We should have to do the span of control. We should have to divide the work. Decentralization should be there. We should have to impartial. We should not have to be nepotism. Some certain principle which was laid by the Luther Gulick and Henry Fayol. Whereas the theories are given certain kind of collection of principles, which is mentioned by the several scholars like classical theory, scientific ecological theory. Means they are applying all the principles at one level. Means here in this classroom, if I can apply human approach, so here in this classroom I need to treat all the students with the one perspective. Means it is a combination of all the principles under the some particular theory human approach. Means it is a combination of all the principles under the some particular theory human approach that I need to give the reward and punishment kind of principle. I need to give feedback to you. I need to make such kind of class lecture that it should have more interesting. I need to generate the interest. So what method I am adopting? I have to adopt the method of called as a kind of human relations approach. Whereas in the principles, that means that we are going to implement a certain set of principles. It is not applying particular theory or particular person's combination of the principles. So, like principle like postcard planning means whenever what it said, like Henry Kroll has said that we always try to implement some certain plan. Then we always try to do the staffing. We are going to recruit some person. We are going to direct some person. We are going to coordinate with the person. We are going to report the person. Means reporting the person means all of your classmates are going to report the person. What was the result? How was the result was there? Then budgeting is there. So they have given some certain principles which can be applied in all the organization at a level. मतलब कि ये जो principles हैं वो सभी organization पर लागू होते हैं, but theory है वो किसी certain situation पे लागू होता है. वो that is a set of principles are there. What are those things? Like to achieve the health, or to achieve the education sector, to go for to develop the science in the country. Means we are applying those kind of things. So, what is that? On the basis of these two principles and the theories, we try to achieve the good governance. मतलब कि हम चाहे वो education पे हो, either it is on the basis of education, what we are giving stress on some certain by the theory. We are applying those things to get the maximum result with the minimum effort, with the maximum amount of the technology. So they have said that this is the model we are applying in the public administration. Now here is the what you call the some system. Now here is the what you call the some basic features are there. What is the features of the public administration? They talks about that it always talks about the good governance kind of thing. Means it always talks about that the major component for the best administration is when we produce anything at a lower cost with the maximum output. Means we can put 1 rupee and we can produce 1000 rupees. It means that we are going to use the various techniques, various methods to utilize particular object with the maximum output. So it talks about the good governance kind of principle. Next, it talks about that it can be administration, good administration or administration it can only run in one on certain basis. That should have to be a transparency should be there. Means the system should be transparent. Means who is your particular subject teacher, who is your subject teacher, who is your principal, who is your means they should have particular work should be allocated to each person, and that is the in a very transparent manner. Means in transparent way it has to be displayed on the notice board or across from his college website. So means transparency brings a kind of accountability. There is a very good relationship between the transparency and the accountability. If there is no transparent system is there, it means that person has more chances for the corrupt practices. मतलब कि अगर transparency आपको नहीं पता है कि which period you have which class, इसी आपको नहीं पता है कि which period you have which class, what chances may be there. Some teachers may tell you that they are not aware about the class and you are not aware about the class. They will blame those kind of things. So there may be chances of the corruption. Corrupt practices must be there. But due to the transparency, you are aware about all the things. So yeah, like Narega scheme. Now, if you want to get any information about any person, what you need to do, just you need to log in and you need to see that what scheme is going going on in a particular area, who is getting money from what area. So it is transparent kind of system is there. So transparency removes the corruption and the evil practices. It stops the corruption and the evil practices. It stops the evil practices and it brings the accountability also. Means if my class is mentioned here in this period, so I am accountable for this classroom. So it brings the accountability and it improves the work. It improves the work means if the person is fearful about Narega scheme that if I allocate the work money to particular person, what will happen? That person have to do some work. So it brings the accountability means I have to do some certain function at the certain level. So it improves the accountability. Next is the secure honor and dignity. It talks about the administrators should have to be means secure honor and the dignity to all the persons. I am not talking about only the top bureaucrats. I am talking about the lower grade clerk or the downgraded person. This means the lower strata group. All the persons should have to be honored for their respect or dignity for their life and respect for their work. Means they should have a kind of honor. Without honor means the privilege to all the individuals. Means all of us want to have some certain kind of respect. Means if you are talking about any person, if you are not going to give the respect after a certain period of time, what will happen? That person is going to lose the interest in the particular field or particular area, leave the work, or he may not enjoy the work with the full attention, with the full motive. Or means the person cannot do the work with the full 100% devotion. He will do the work only on the basis of some certain criteria. Just I have to do the work for the sake of money. He will not do the work with the wholehearted manner. So of money, he will not do the work with the wholehearted manner. So we need to give the honor and we need to give the dignity to all the individuals. So this thing has been mentioned in the public administration. Next is the simplicity. Simplicity means the rules, laws, the provision, the word should be mentioned to each individual. Everything should be mentioned in terms of the rule of law kind of thing. It should not have a very complex kind of thing. What is your work? What is your nature? Under whom you are? Who is your senior? Who is your junior? Who is your from whom you are going to follow the order, from whom you are going to give the order. Means everything should be in a rule of law. Means it should have to be in a written format rather than on the basis of the just or oral basis or just as a mental basis. It should have to be written way or it should have to be very much simple. And if there is a simplicity will be there, that will enhance the work of a particular organization. Like ऐसा कहीं होगा, it will help to improve the enhance the function of a particular organization. Next is the sustainable environment. Means, for example, if in this classroom, if the humidity in this classroom will increase to 60 or 70%, what will happen? All of us are going to have very heavy sweating. After a certain period of time, you may lose the interest. After a certain period of time, you may lose the interest in the lecture. So what I am trying to talk to you is that we need to, while kind of performing some work, not only in terms of environment, physical environment, but also the internal environment. Means they should have a kind of friendly environment, friendly nature should be there inside the natural environment. So we should have to protect and promote the environment, and sustainable environment should be there. Means we should have to feel comfortable and we should have to feel relaxed in a particular environment, both ways, natural as well as the unnatural basis. Means the friendly nature should be there. There should not have to be any kind of torture or humiliation should be there. There should not have to be any kind of torture or humiliation or discrimination should not be there in the particular organization. The objective of the particular administration or the objective of any particular administration can be achieved. Next thing is the impartiality. Means the administration talks about we can achieve better when we are not going to follow the principles of the nepotism or favoritism to any person, any particular person on the basis of gender, on the basis of relationship, on the basis of any caste or any religion. So we should have to be impartial enough. We should have to not judge the person on the basis of any criteria. We have to treat all the individuals as a equality. The theory of equality prevails here. Means which you have read in your political theory. So we can apply here theory of equality. Means we should have to treat each individual as an equal basis. So what is there in public administration? It talks about when we want to improve the productivity of particular organization, we need to give the emphasis equal to all the person, not more emphasis on a particular person or more emphasis either higher or lower by any term. We have to treat all the individuals as a equal basis. It means in this public administration has also talks about that we should not have to give respect to the senior principal is a very important person. We should not have to disrespect the peon. So same thing, honor means kind of thing. We should have to treat all the persons equal basis. All the persons are performing their duties. So it has talks about we should not have to treat impartial. Principal means we are respecting the person. So it talks about, for example, me also means I have to treat all the person as an equal basis. I should not have to give special privilege to particular person. Either in the classroom or either in the college or either in the metro means anywhere in my life, in anywhere in the organization. So it will deteriorate, it will help to improve the organization. So it will deteriorate, it will help to improve the productivity of organization. It will help means it will deteriorate the productivity of particular organization. Next is the accountability means all the person in an organization are accountable to do the work. Means it talks about accountability lies not only like जो ऊपर में कोई बैठा प्रिंसिपल है या तो PM, Prime Minister and President are not only accountable. All the individual whosoever are part of the organization, they are accountable for the organization. For example, we always talks about that India is so dirty and this what is called Clean India plan is failed. So it is not the responsibility of Prime Minister, it is the responsibility of each individual citizens to make or to help the government, because if we are going to not to do any kind of use of the garbage, or if we are going to utilize the garbage in a proper manner, so we are going to help that not only to clean the country but also clean means everywhere. So what I want to tell you is that the function and the responsibility, accountability is not lies to the one person, but accountability lies to all the individuals of a particular organization. Either it is the top one or it is the lower one. So all the accountability lies on the basic nature of the public administration. Means it talks about administration has these kind of features, these kind of features are there. Got it? Next question is what is the significance of public health? White and Demong, they have said that it is an essential component of the modern state. We cannot imagine a country, or we cannot imagine a country without administration. We cannot think about any particular government without public administration. We can imagine a situation when there is no administration. Means, for example, in this college, you can imagine that there is no non-teaching staff is not there. What will happen? Whole system will collapse. This is not only about the non-teaching staff. This is also about the country like India. If there is no IS, no IPS, no IFS, no bureau, what will happen? The system is going to collapse. Means we are not going to apply, or we are not going to read the law in a much more systematic manner. So what they are talking about, that according to LD White and the DeMock and DeMock, that public administration is an essential component of the modern state. Without administration, the modern state cannot sustain themselves. It is not capable enough to sustain themselves. It may collapse, or it will get collapsed. So why and how? There are three important facts. How the modern state will collapse? First, it is not going to meet the objective. Means whatever the objective is mentioned by the government, or whatever objective is established by the government, it is not going to achieve those objectives. Either it is education, either it is a health services, either it is a kind of to improve the poverty, to uplift the poverty. So at their law at a much more effective and the efficient manner. So they have said that administration as a kind of basic essential component for the modern state. Second is the Paul Applebaum. Paul Applebaum, he's a next public administrator. Public administrator. He has written one very good book, and when he visited here in India 1951-52, on the basis of his suggestion, we had established the Indian Institute of Public Administration. Means he suggested the government, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, that what we need to, I will tell you those things in the development of administration in India. So what the Paul Applebaum, he was very good, renowned scholar related to the public administration. He has said that it is the basis of government. Means without administration, the government is worthless. There is no relevance of the government will be there. He has said without administration, the government will become as a kind of discussion club, or it will become as a kind of discussion club. They will discuss the thing, but they hardly know how to implement the scheme, or how to implement the various programs at the grassroots level. They will only discuss the objective. They are not capable enough to implement the policy at a much more effective and the efficient manner. So he has said, without administration, the government will become as a defunct, and the government will become as a kind of discussion club. They will not have any. If there is any communal clash will occur, they don't know. They are not aware about the fact that how the communal clash can stop or can be tackled by the government. They can be only solved, or it can be only tackled by the bureaucrats, because they were trained in such a manner, and they are the trained person in a particular area, particular field. So they can implement the policy, or they can overcome from any kind of situation due to their knowledge, due to their skill, and due to their training. So he has said that administration is a very important part. Government cannot accomplish or cannot achieve the result. Next is the Negro. Negro has said that without administration, the productivity will become as a zero. There will be no productivity. The efficient, effective government cannot be there. Means, for example, here I would like to take you the example. Related to uplift the poverty, or to improve the poverty in India. If the government of India have launched some certain scheme that I need to distribute the money to 100 rupees to all the individuals whosoever is needy. To implement this scheme, what government requires? Government requires the bureaucrats. That how to define first of all, the bureaucrats will ask the government, first of all, you need to define who is needy, what is the definition of needy, what criteria we need to adopt. So needy means the person who have income per month income is less than particular to them. First, they will raise this question. Second, they will also raise the question that if the monetary term is less and the number of people is high in a particular area, how we can tackle to them? They will raise some same question to the government that if the number of people are high and the budget is less, how we can tackle. Government will suggest, means bureaucrats can suggest to the government, we can choose family wise. We can make family kind of thing. So what I am trying to tell you is that how a law can be implemented at a much more efficient and effective way, that can be only done by the bureaucrats, because they are trained in such a way, that they are capable enough to implement the scheme or implement the law at a much more specialized manner, and they are aware about the fact that how to overcome from any kind of problem, any kind of situation. So negation that the administration always helps to improve the productivity of any state, or any modern state is only providing good productivity only due to the good administration. If there is no good administration, it will be there, that system is going to collapse, and that system will become as a ineffective, inefficient kind of situation will be there, and the economy will also crash. It is not only going to implement health the organization, but it is also going to impact the economy of a particular country. So they talks about this kind of thing. Negro has talked about this kind of thing. We can conclude with the 4 or 5 important significance. First, that any government can run, either it is monarch, either it is democracy, or either it is military kind of regime. All government requires the help from bureaucrats. Without administration or without administrators, they can't support from the administrator. Means they require a kind of a group of well expert person. Means even though during the period of Ashoka or during the primitive era, they also required various ministers. Who were the ministers? All the ministers were kind of experts in a particular. The ministers were kind of experts in a particular area, particular system, particular kind of thing. So all the kingdom require kind of good administrator for being a good ruler. So all the government require without administrator or without any administration, the government cannot possible. Either any form of the government, bureaucrats, either it is military, parliamentary form of government, democracy or authoritarian kind of thing, because they require a kind of well-equipped, well-known person that who very well equipped with the how to implement a particular scheme, what are those various steps need to be taken by the administrator. So they are very well known person, means known in their own area, means known not in terms of famous. So they are aware about their policy, they are aware about their society in a much systematic policy, they are aware about their society in a much systematic manner. So we can say that administration is the basis of the government in any form of the government. Next is it is a kind of instrument for social and economic change. Means how we can meet or how we can achieve or get the good administrator. Means without administration or without bureaucrats or without public administration, we are unable to go for the social change or economic change. Means if you want to do any kind of change, if you want to bring India overcome from the poverty, we require a kind of specialized bureaucrats. We require a kind of specialized bureaucrats who are very well versed or who are very well known in that particular area, and they will help the government to bring the country from all kinds of economic problem or all kinds of social problems that cannot be possible by the government, because they are not expertise. Whenever the finance minister, they always prepare the finance bill. The finance bill never prepared by the finance minister. They always he or she always get the support from the various bureaucrats, various economists, or means they hire those economists and those experts. Here I want to get the good scheme for the farmers. So what are those good schemes government can run and get the good vote bank? So they will suggest kindly run such kind of scheme where they will get the loan waiver kind of scheme, like job kind of thing, like free of cost fertilizer can be possible. So we need to meet those kind of things. We can require market to them. We are going to purchase food crop direct from the farmers. So they will suggest some certain metrics to get to reach to the farmer. So what I am trying to tell you is that they require a kind of administration. They require a kind of administration as become as an instrument for the social and the economic change, because they are aware about the fact that how we can overcome from this kind of situation and the issues. Next, it is an instrument of the executing laws, policies or program. Like कोई भी policy, program or कोई भी law अगर executed by the administrators, not by the government or not by the any political leaders. That is always being implemented by the administrators. So that it is an instrument for the executing the laws, policies and the program. Next is it is the instrument of state laws, policies and the program. Next is it is the instrument of state for providing the benefit to the people. Means it is the administrator always connect themselves with the people. Means either in any scheme. Here I would like to talk to you some scheme like that any particular Jan Dhan Yojana. So this thing has been adopted by the bank. So some guidelines, government has said that I want to open accounts for all the persons, for all the Indian citizens. So bureaucrat has suggested it can be only possible. Zero bank account is not possible, but it can be opened only for the few persons who don't have the good income. So please the people. So bureaucrats are very well aware about the fact how to connect the people with the government, or how means they are very well known person and they know all the things or all the tools how to bring or how to meet the people's need and fill the requirement of the government. Means they are aware about the requirement of the government, need of the government, and they are aware about the need of the people, because because they are in a such one means they have experience in there. The training is in a such a way. Next is it is a stabilizing source for the state and the society. It means a good bureaucrat, a good administrator always works as a kind of it provides the stability. It means provide the stability to any country. It means either if we are talking about a country like India, what do you think? All the 545 leaders are within the country. No, the person behind the major person junk of the part. They always guide the government that this law has this problem, this law has this problem, and they also help the government while the time of framing laws. And like yesterday, the triple talaq bill has been passed. So what do you think that this bill has been only passed by the government bill? No, this bill has been passed with the help of the bureaucrats. This bill has been passed with the help of the bureaucrats. Bureaucrats have suggested that what are those loopholes are there, how we can overcome from those kind of evil practices in our society. So, public administration can be also said that it works as a kind of source to stabilize the society. So, important significance of the public administration is stabilizing source for the state and the society. So, how it is a stabilizing source for the state and the society? For example, stabilizing source for the state and society means, I would like to take you 3-4 examples. All of you are aware about the fact there are several ministries are there under the government. Either it is economic, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of MHRD, all the ministries are there. Under each ministry there are different bureaucrats are there. All bureaucrats means in their own domain, they suggest the government that what is the problems are there. Government asks about why we are not capable enough to meet the literacy rate to the 100%. What's the problem? So MHRD will ask their under secretary or secretary that what's the problem is there. Then they will call like academician like us and some other researchers. They will try to gather the data that why the schemes are failed. What's the basic reason? So we will give some feedback that many people don't have the access to the food, so how they can go to the school. So we need a certain kind of that student can also turn towards the classroom as well as get or build their basic immunity. Means they will overcome from problem related to the health as well as the education. They will also get the education. So what I am trying to tell you that they will give some feedback to the minister that these are the problems. If you can launch a certain scheme like midday meal or certain kind of scheme which may work as a two level rather than education but also health basis. So this is so helpful. So how this is going to stabilize the society? If there is no administrator is there, the society will collapse. Not only from the economic front, social front also, health front also, education front also. So they always gather the information from various ministry and it helps the government to stabilize the society. Stability. Not only stability to the government but also to stability to the society at multiple levels. समझ आ गया? Write it down the question. Examine the nature and significance of administration. With the help of examples. Okay. So tomorrow I will teach you the public and the private administration. What are those similarities, dissimilarities,